a new level.
Alright guys, so this is me on my bus right now. So I have a lot to say about what's in this video, so make sure you guys are watching. It's very informative that you watch about being a bus driver. So being a bus driver is probably one of the best things you can ever be. So stay tuned, watch this movie if you're into this, and you will learn how to drive one of these long limousines. So hi guys, and welcome sit back, relax. My name is Takoya. If you did not know, I am here to tell you probably about 5 to 7 reasons you should become a bus driver. And it's one of the best jobs you'll ever have if you really have kids, or if you just have a busy schedule, or you know, if you just somebody that doesn't like to be cooped up in the work field all day long from like a 9 to 5, but you like to be on the road, you like driving. I've been driving buses for about 21 years. My daughter was born. She was born in 2002. So let's say like 21, 22. She's about 22 right now. I didn't have to have babysitters. I didn't have to have, you know, like a fast, quick scheme to where I had to call somebody up and say, can you watch my daughter? Can you watch my kids? All my kids have been born and raised up on me driving these school buses. So I've saved lots of money because of that. I haven't had a need. I never needed like to pay a big expensive daycare fee or anything like that. Everything was just basically, you know, taking them to work with me. It was never easy, because it never is when you have to take your kids to work, especially when it's cold outside. Especially when it's cold outside, you know, you don't want to take your kids nowhere because, you know, they're cold, they're babies. You know, you don't think you should take them nowhere. You know, who wants to get up at 4:30 in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning? But guess what? It's not costing you any money to go to a babysitter or nothing. It's just all about you. So being a bus driver, you know, I've worked back when the cost of living wasn't too bad, but I think it was like $11.75 or something like that back then. And this was back in 2002. So 2025, which is right now, there's probably so much noise. I'm sitting right next to my front door. 2025, right now, I'm currently making $29 an hour. I built myself up after all those years. I think when you first start driving a school bus, I think they're starting off at like 17 an hour. I think, I'm not really sure, because it's been years. I've been on the job for so long, I really don't know how much their starting rate is. But there's good incentives, you know, bonuses and stuff like that. You get off Christmas, you get off New Year, you get off Easter, summer. Summer work is always pretty good. You can do summer work. There's so many buses going by my house right now. Let me know that it's almost time for me to go to work, because I'm actually trying to rush this in before I go to work. But as you can see, like I get off, I work at 9:30 in the morning. It's currently like probably 2:15 right now. So I get the chance to do DoorDash, Instacart, you know, little things in my morning, you know, go to the gym. I can go anywhere I want to go, because, you know, school, you go back and pick up the kids at what, 2:30? So all these buses is just rolling by right now. Well, that's a good thing for this video, because like you hear all my buses rolling on the street. I don't live too far from schools here. My bus job, everything is right around the corner. So we're gonna be hearing a whole bunch of buses rolling through in the next couple of minutes. But yeah, I mean, I feel like I've learned so much. With being a bus driver, you have to definitely make sure you can't have drugs. Like you can't smoke weed. You can barely have like medications that make you drowsy. But if it does make you drowsy, make sure you take it like maybe 7 to 8 hours before you go to work. So that way it'll take effect on you, you know, within those couple of hours, and not going to linger on to the next morning. So if you're going to have a drink, you cannot sit there and just be falling back, busting up all your friends to like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. When you know you got to be up at, let's say 4 a.m., leave at 5:30. You know, you just can't be doing all those things you usually do. You got to be responsible enough for the job. You know, you have kids, you want to make sure that, well, you wouldn't want your kids to be on a bus, and you don't know what that driver's been doing the next day before, and not knowing she's been drinking or she's been partying all up all loud, but she has a responsibility as a school bus driver. So you really just have to have a thought process of how you're going to maneuver your life around being a bus driver. Yeah, they make good money. I feel like they make very good money. You could pick up extra hours by doing little other things. you don't have to come home at night. You can do other things like little trips here and there, you know, take kids here, like a sub, I think it's called a sub rate. They pay you more money for doing that because you're doing like a sub kind of thing. You're not doing your regular rate. They'll give you more money just by bumping up and helping them do extra work. So in the summertime, do I work in the summer? Yes, I do work in the summer. I do like working in the summer because I get to collect my unemployment and the amount I work for. It's very convenient that way because they don't only make you work over certain hours. Let's say I only work 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon. I still can file for that. So I still can basically file for that, you know. But if you don't want to work in summer, that's on you. You know, you don't have to. I mean, if you got like, you know, someone helping you at home or you just got something saved for the summer or something like that, you could probably do it. Like I have a car payment, I have bills. So a lot of times I don't want to stay home because it's too easy to be sitting at home. Why would I want to sit at home and I could be out making the money? And it's only going to take an hour in the morning, hour in the afternoon. And this is why I've been a bus driver so long, because you don't realize like time just flies. It's been 22 years. You know, time flew by so bad. When I first started at 18, it was like, oh my God, you're still here and you're 41 now. And you look back, I have such seniority and such, you know, everything. I could drive small buses, big buses, doesn't matter what kind of bus it is. I probably have a little clip over here in the corner just showing you myself on a bus. You know, I was trying to make a video with me talking on the bus, but it's just too much going on in the yard. It's probably way too loud. So I decided to come home and talk about it and put like a video over here of me on the bus, you know. Yeah, that'll be the next best thing. Yeah. So yeah, like right now it's probably about 2:30. I'm about to actually go to work right now. I usually get back at like 5. So let's say, okay, during my day, we split those days in half. You put all those hours together. I think I make about a good like 7 hours a day, which is fine for me. I mean, if I want to make an extra hour or more to make that full 8 hours, I can. But the way I'm working is basically doing good for me. Like it doesn't phase me to work more or less. I kind of stay right there where I'm at right now. But yeah, I seen a couple videos out there. Yeah, bus drivers do make a good amount of money. Now the city buses, I don't think I've ever done anything on a like city bus. I'm not interested in driving adults because adults kind of act funny. They don't know how to act. You know, it's crazy. So yeah, I would never be driving I could do like the big coaches, any kind of bus. So it's not just a small van or anything like that. I have an actual CDL license and I'm certified to drive anything. So it doesn't matter what it is, I can do it. I could probably drive a tractor trailer. You know, at this point, I can probably drive a tractor trailer. It's probably a little challenge with it, only because it turns a little different. So I might have to learn how a truck actually turns because it's more of a long. You have merchandise in the back of a truck. On your bus, you have children, so a lot of times it has a lot to do with that. You know I have lives back there, not freight. So that's the difference. Well, with the school bus, you have to learn how to do air brakes. All that stuff is easy. Once it goes in your mind over and over again, it's really nothing to do. It just comes to you. Air brake, spring brake, you know, checking all your, you know, flashlights every morning, pre-tripping and all that stuff. You know, you have to make sure your bus is basically safe to roll down the street every day. So if there's a headlight out or if you got something out on your bus, you got to write it down on a little pad. You know, it's like a little log you do every day to make sure everything is cool on your bus. You sign off on it. And, you know, like recently I had, for this year so far, I had like a couple headlights out. I had my sun visor fall down on me. And when I went to go pull it down, it just fell. You know, stuff like that, you know, it's very tricky. You just have to know what to do in situations. So just because that bus looks so long, you know, you look at the bus like, oh my, I drive this thing. When you get the driver's seat, everything seems shorter. It's almost like you're just looking at the mirrors, and that's all you really need is the mirrors. You know, that's what's going to get you through the whole entire drive, is this basically your mirrors. Without your mirrors adjusted the right way, how to turn or how to do anything, you will not probably be able to do it. So let's say a truck is coming and you're coming, you know, at the same time, and he hits your mirror. I would suggest to pull over, park it up, pull your spring brake and all that stuff, and just wait for somebody to help you bring another bus. Because I am not driving no bus with no missing mirror. That's the only way I have to maneuver it and to do what I have to do on that bus like that. So yeah. So I have been in a school bus accident before. It's been years ago. Wasn't my fault. Somebody pulled in front of me. I think I had a full load. I think it was like maybe 60, 70 kids on there. You know, I don't really like talking about that too much, but it's just memorable. I go down that street a lot because I have to go that way sometime, and I just remember what happened on that street. And it wasn't fun. Of course, a bus accident is not fun. But yeah, I've been through a couple accidents, and that was probably one of the worst ones. But other than that, I think you should become a school bus driver. If you do not like to drive the big buses, go on with the smaller buses. You do not need to have CDL with the small vans. You know, all you gotta learn how to do is basically turn on the lights, that, you know, the stop sign, the caution lights and all that stuff. Make sure you know how to turn that stuff on. And, you know, you have to give a little, every year you have to get like a physical done, make sure blood pressure and all that stuff's good. Keep good health. You just don't want to go to work feeling blah. You want to go feeling, you know, no, they're not telling you to stop your life, but you just do not go past some of the restrictions that they tell you do not do. So throughout the years, you know, I had my phone on Fridays and Saturdays, and I could hang out and drink all night if I want to. But when it comes to my job, Monday through Friday, you will not see me hanging all out times of the night, drinking and hooting and hollering with friends. Because my job comes first, and this is why a lot of people get pulled off of buses, because they're not going with the rules. You have to go with all the rules of the busing. So just make sure you are doing that, first of all. So, yeah, so just think about it. If you are in the area of Philadelphia or wherever you are, your local town, see how much they are, you know, paying you guys for being a bus driver. Remember, you do not have to drive the big bus. Don't be, if you are afraid to drive, I was afraid. I was 18 at the time. You know, I had just got out of high school, and I'm driving pretty much the kids I've seen walk down the highway. I mean, not down the highway, down the hallways of the school, and I'm driving them to school. Seems weird, right? So I did it, and I'm still there. And I do not like working 9 to 5. I do not like being cooped up in people's job all day. You get to be your own boss because you have your own students, you have your own rules, and they have to listen to you. It's your bus, your rules. So that's what I love. I like being my own little boss in my own little world. If you just show up on time on your job, you don't have to talk to new supervisors. You don't have to talk to new people. Every morning you might see parents around the bus stops and stuff, but you do not have to speak. You could wave, you know, hey. They might come up to you, say hey, because they're used to you. You know, every morning you're like, hey, you call me Miss T. Hey, Miss T. I give my little wave. Have a good day. That's it. You know, some of them I gave my number to, where they say, you know, such and such ain't going today. You know, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I don't have to go down the street today. But that's my relationship with them. So another driver, if I'm not there, another driver might not get that message. She might go down that road and that kid ain't there today because they're only talking to me. So yeah, this have a relationship with parents, and it is so nice. You get on your bus every morning. You don't have to really talk to nobody. Shoot, I barely go to the bus with a bra on. Nobody knows. Am I wearing a bra right now? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And who's going to know that? Who's going to know? So, yeah, I love doing it. And I'm actually on my way there now, and I can't wait to get on my bus. And then probably come back and do a little bit of Instacart and DoorDash. I'm making money all day. It's not just about the bus job. You know, I have a free schedule to just do what I want. And I love it. So I think I'm probably pretty much going to retire from here because I just love doing what I do. So, all right, guys, if you have any questions down below, if there's any bus drivers out there, let me know. And yeah, let's get on the roll, get on the bus.